transpired, in your world as a result of making this transformation?
Well, I dropped 60 points on my cholesterol.
60.
60 points there.
Okay.
The thickness of my blood was a 5. I was as a risk for a heart attack. I'm a 1 now.
Isn't that something? Now, if I'm not mistaken, Zamora, you had mentioned that happened about how many days into the program? 18, was it?
18 days exactly into the program. I didn't even finish the program. I was still on. I fasted that morning, and the doctor was like, "It's amazing."
Yeah, amazing.
That your cholesterol was down so low. My good cholesterol was down a little bit.
Okay.
And he goes, "Because you're not eating meat."
Okay. Well, that's his opinion.
Right. Because you need more protein.
Yeah.
That's what he told me.
So and overall, I mean, how do you feel?
I feel great. I'm wearing clothes that I haven't worn in 5 years.
All right. And when you came in today, you told me that it's costing you money because you had to go out and get new clothes.
Right. Exactly.
That's money well spent.
I even lost weight in my feet. I haven't worn these shoes in 5 years.
No kidding.
They've never fit.
Okay.
It's incredible.
That's terrific.
I feel great.
Well, I'm so grateful that, it went through the family, and we'll get to some more in a second there. But, the beauty of things for me is to see how, I always use the expression, a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. And this is exactly what's happened. It's a perfect example, of metaphor that I, hear about. So go ahead there, girl. You got the wife over here, Mr. Carlos.
Well, I'm very excited because just 10 days into my cleanse, I suffered from bursitis in the hip, and I had joint issues and fibromyalgia. And just 10 days into it, I woke up totally pain-free.
And migraines.
And the migraines, I haven't really had a migraine since I started the cleanse.
Yeah.
I feel great.
That's amazing. So, the stories are terrific. We hear about them. And I've always said to people, if you go onto standardprocess.com, they also have people on YouTube's who basically are doing this as well, just sharing what has taken place. So now, Vilma, you have been through this already.
Yes.
Was there anything that you actually experienced for yourself? It doesn't have to.
I lost 14 pounds.
You lost 14 pounds.
14 pounds.
Wow.
And more healthy, more
Energy.
More energy. Yeah.
Sorry, my English. No.
That's okay. That's perfect.
Yes.
We actually.
I'm so happy because my son.
Yes.
Was a latter.
Yes.
My daughter too.
Yes. That's
Me
terrific.
Too. I'm so happy.
That's wonderful.
And I try to. ¿Cómo se dice?
¿A tu esposo?
No, darle.
¿Cómo se dice?
¿Cómo se dice?
Not like that, huh?
¿Cómo se dice que quiero? Le he dicho mucha gente en Miami.
Oh, she's trying to tell the rest of our family in Miami.
Yes.
Everybody's happy.
Yes.
Oh, please send me information.
So, one of the things I just want to comment, and I was thinking about this the other day, we talk about holidays and whatnot, it's an amazing gift to be able to give somebody.
Yeah.
So, give some thought to that, because, as I say, a candle loses nothing. I always tell people you don't have to be a doctor, to help people. All we got to do is to share, what has been working very well in my life. And even if it's not exactly, I can't predict what's going to happen. I just know that it's an amazingly.
I'm so happy.
You're happy for yourself.
Yes.
You're happy for your family.
For my family.
This how terrific. And now I hear that my friend Richard is going to be helping you with exercise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a terrific thing.
Next time maybe in 2 weeks.
Whenever. That's terrific.
Yes.
All right. And my buddy Jeffrey. So Jeffrey, what?
Well, I changed the diet a little bit. I added 3 cheeseburgers a day.
I didn't get that diet.
It would have been 4, but I snuck you the last one. I noticed after 4 days that my hip, which I have arthritis in already, felt better, and my sciatica was, much better. I mean, do they still bother me? Yes, but not to the same extent. And thanks, Jody, for the recipes, because even today I had the lentils and spinach, which I eat probably 3 times a week.
I know,
because it's so easy. My wife's amazed because I'm cooking.
Yeah.
But I am cooking a lot of chicken and a lot of fish, too.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not getting away from that. Haven't had a hamburger in 6 weeks, and that'll be every few months.
But if you did, it's not such a,
not at all.
We always explain, and I know people listening, it comes to summertime. If any of you guys have a barbecue, or I had a barbecue and I had you come over, I will eat everything, and we do that. So it's not like this has to be something that's so restrictive. It's but an opportunity that, again, it's what we do most of the time.
But the good part is you can, you know what? Tomorrow, I'm going to eat my salad. I'm going to eat my lentils. This is okay. You have tools
at your disposal, whereas you had none before. You have tools at your disposal to go back to predominantly living a life that almost secures you living a life, as opposed to just going through the motions of living a life and feeling, you know, you revitalized yourself, you know, as opposed to being without energy because of the food choices that you've made. So I think that's the key, to know that you can eat a little differently one day, because you can always go back, because now you formed a habit of eating right instead of a habit of eating wrong.
Do you feel different after you eat meat?
I don't, to be honest with you, I never ate a lot of meat to begin with. So when I eat meat, I really don't feel so good after that. But that's just me. But I can eat chicken and fish okay. And even if I haven't had it for a while and I eat chicken and fish, I feel fine. But I've never, ever, I was a very little meat eater to begin with. You know.
Because I used to drink a lot of milk. And today, for the first time, I had a cup of 1% milk. Did not like it.
Didn't like it, yeah.
It was too sweet for me.
Yeah. So Carlos, remember, Maria and I were talking, and on my tape, from everything I've read, there's a lot of illusions. You know, I use that word a lot because what I have found is that we all carry illusions. So what I'm referencing here is drink your milk. That's how you get strong bones. That's what they said about Wonder Bread. It builds strong bodies 12 ways. You've got to be kidding me, right? So this was such a fallacy.
So we ever ate that.
Yeah, you know, that was a purely white, it's all sugar. It does not build bones and milk, by the way, as I was sharing with other people, milk, there's no other mammal on the planet that drinks milk after it weans itself from its mother. Think about it. Watch channel 158. We do every night. And it's fascinating to see. And, you know, when my son was, he has diabetes, when he was, okay, you can do that. When he was diagnosed with diabetes, we went to a Chinese medicine man in Manhattan. He's not a doctor, but his family has been involved in healing for 300 years. You think they know something? And what he was explaining to me as we sat in his reception room on the floor, because that was his reception room, he was in sweats and a t-shirt, yes, and he basically explained that my grandparents and great-grandparents, we watch Animal in the Jungle. That's how they learned. You think they know maybe more than what's going on maybe at Johns Hopkins or Columbia Presbyterian? And that's not to be disparaging to traditional healthcare. What I'm trying to say is that if we would just learn to be like the animals, because they are instinctual, we've lost our instincts. So you come here listening to me, and I've got to try to give some guidance. I go to the books and try to get their guidance. But unfortunately, when we listen to just information changes every day, which is the reason why people get so fed up. I don't know what to believe anymore. You had said to me, you don't watch the Dr. Oz shows or whatever. You're tired because you got the basic understanding. And that's really what I feel is the truth too. It's never going to be about the next product. I mean, you know, we carry product here, and that's great. And there are certain things that we absolutely need. But if you get a sense of where we're coming from, and the purpose of this type of a meeting is to remind ourselves and to dig deep into the understanding it is not complicated. Keep your body in motion. Eat the kind of foods and things that grow. Getting back to our original statement, Carlos, the calcium is in everything green.
Right.
A cow doesn't get his calcium from milk. He produces milk, or she produces milk, I should be more as a result of eating green. So if you're eating greens, and then people say, I will not eat vegetables. So if that's the case, then what we do is we provide people with lean greens. These are greens, these are all vegetables that have been desiccated. And that means dried out, but inherently have all of their value. The more you talk about it, the more you live it, the more you own it. And for me, the selfish part where I walk from one room to Zimura to then go to Jeff, you know, to then go to the next person, and kind of repeating it, I almost feel fraudulent that if I'm not doing the things. And guess what? The happiest way that a human being can live their life, the happiest that you can get, is by being congruent. Because what I've learned is the greatest joy that I can receive is what's happening right now in this room. To know that that I've somehow influenced a person's life is a very, very powerful thing. And what I say all the time is, you don't got to be a doctor to do that. Every single one of us has that amazing capacity. So tell me about what you experienced as a result of your participating, because you're the catalyst here, lady.
I started it all, right? And I'm so grateful for you, and I really feel that I was sent here by God, because I almost picked another chiropractor, and something was telling me, no, just don't go to him. And I don't know what it was, but it was my instinct, and I canceled that appointment, saw you on your YouTube, and I was sold. And I'm so glad I made that choice, because it's affected 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I've lost count. Like at least 5 members of my family.
Yeah.
And my husband, his cholesterol. He just did it to help me, to go along with me. I was the one that wanted to do it, and thankfully it improved his cholesterol 121 points.
That's
it went
unbelievable.
Down. And
wow.
I think you gave my husband for a lot longer now, which I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
Because he needed that, and I feel wonderful.
And he's also off of Lipitor.
He's off his cholesterol pill.
Wow. See, now that's an interesting thing, and I'll interrupt, but the idea is that oftentimes if you talk to your physician, they're going to say, no, you don't have an option. And that's where the illusions come into play. And I'm not an argumentative person, so I'm just going to let people know. And I don't even consider myself a very good I'm not an aggressive salesperson. I believe so strongly in what it is that, each and every one of you have done. And so what happens is I can get behind something, especially when I get the feedback that comes from each and every one of you.